Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is Double Dare. It was written by Jared Smith. It appears in the first issue of Beit Al-Azif. Our keeper of arcane lore is David Gassaway, and this is a one-shot. So without any further delay, let's begin our journey into the darkness. David?
Thank you, Tom. It is dusk on Halloween in the woods outside of the small town of Gilead, Ohio. Two cars have driven out onto the dirt roads in the middle of God knows where, scrub forest, to the site of the old abandoned Dedford boarding school. There are 8 people, most of them piled into the back of Bill Wessler's clunky pickup truck. 4 of the, did I say 8? There are 7 folks. 4 people have accepted Bill's double dog dare to spend Halloween night alone in the old Dedford school. The place has a bad reputation. It's been closed for well over a century. Nobody knows much about it. Bill's a senior at Gilead High, and he knows how to manipulate people and push people around. His girlfriend, Tanya Becker, is kind of the queen bitch of the school. And they've got a new sidekick, Joe Canning, who's a little bit flash. And when Bill proposed this dare, Joe said that you chicken shits were no way going to spend all night in the scary old schoolhouse on Halloween. So he bet Bill $250. There's no way that Bill is going to lose a $250 bet, or he's going to take it out on you. And in fact, in a sort of false magnanimity, Bill is going to split the $250 with each of you if you make it to dawn. If he loses $250, he's going to split each of you. Joe came out in his weird vintage sports car that he thinks is the coolest thing ever. He's only been in town for this past fall. And he, made a point of befriending the bully right away and showing off. And they've got a case of Jenny Cream Ale in the back of Bill's truck, and they've got some Jim Beam. And they pointed the flashlights at the schoolhouse, the headlights of the schoolhouse of the 2 cars from angles. So they're like, "We're gonna watch you. You try and sneak out of the back or some shit. We're gonna see you. You'll forfeit. I'll beat the shit out of you." And because the sun's almost going down, it's time for you to go in. You are all welcome to take a can of beer if you want, or a swig of Jim Beam, before you get your asses inside there and cry yourself to sleep tonight.
Oh, I'm not sleeping. I've got a Monster Energy drink.
I'll drink beer. What kind of beer is it?
Oh, foreign kid's going to drink a Jenny Cream. You're going to love it. It's not some backwater swill you drink from wherever Turkey you are, whatever. Jenny Cream Ale.
Jenny doesn't sound like beer.
Well, ignorant foreigners. I can't tell you. Here, just catch, and he throws a can of beer at you.
He says, "You should know that I've been drinking beer since I was 5 years old."
Well,
I'll pop it open.
You will probably want to drink it quickly, Demi. You will find it is slightly less sweet than maple syrup. It's not what you would call beer at home. Any other final requests before you make your brave stand?
Let's
Please.
go
And I
get
don't
him.
need your watered down crap either. I brought my own stuff.
Tanya Becker like nicks at you and leans over and whispers something into Bill's ear, and he go. Before we go into the farmhouse, why don't each of you introduce yourselves to our invisible audience? Dimitri's already made a stand.
I'm Dimitri or Demi Marcos. I'm a Greek exchange student that has come here. I'm really just trying to get along with all the other students. So when this came up, I was the new kid. I just figured I'd go along. I'm not really afraid of anything. I'm 16, by the way.
Sutton Prescott. Sutton, despite having lived here for the last 7 years, having moved here from North Carolina from a family of good old money, they still consider her an outsider. So,
Yeah. I'm Brock Wild. I'm 17. My older brother Buck taught me how to wrestle, and I'm not afraid of anything. And my dad Hog's a cop.
Fuck, my camera went out. Sorry. There we go. Okay. I'm Darius Fierce. I have a little bit of dye in my hair, and I'm out here to receive projections from the alien grays, man. They're falling out of the sky like flies all around us.
What is this grace? I don't understand. You have very strange ideas.
Man, you know the pyramids? You think we
Yes,
could
I
have
know
built
what the
those?
Well, we're too young. We're small children.
All right, losers, stop stalling and get inside the creepy old building so you can start, whining and crying for your mama.
Your mind is that of a child, but your soul is 1,000,000 years old, man.
He's actually pretty wise, isn't he? Why does he smell so funny? Like mowed grass.
oh, they don't have weed where you're from, Demi. Come on.
I don't know what weed is. Some
This
sort
is
of.
gonna blow your mind then.
To be honest, I don't really know what your Halloween thing is either. But whatever. I go along.
So the old Denford School is in, there you have to push your way through some tall grass to get to the structure. It's basically a long rectangle, 2-story building. It's got a chimney on either end, a little porch in the middle of the front. The windows are boarded over, but some of those boards are fallen off or, crooked. There's vines all over the outside and thorn bushes, so you should watch yourself. The front door is still on its hinges, but slightly ajar. I assume each of you has an individual flashlight, and that is your primary means of... Modern
We just use the
flashlight.
lights in the building, man.
Let's go inside. I don't know that the electricity is attached.
Darius, you didn't bring a
Shit.
flashlight?
Well, I got this lighter, dude.
Yeah, save that. Stick with us.
Just stay in the light. We should have brought a lantern or something.
Maybe there's one around here. This place used to use them, right? It's that old?
It's certainly that old, yeah.
Like an oil lamp, maybe. Hurricane lamp.
Who's pushing in first?
I'll push in first.
So you shine your light around. From the front door, again, there's a little porch, or half of what's left of the little porch. And from there's just a straight hallway down, 3 doors, left, right, and far. The far door is a turn handle door. On the sides, they're doors that slide into the wall, 2 parts. The one on the left is open, the one on the right is not. There's some there's leaves on the floor and, dirt and twigs and there's
October, is it cold?
luckily for you, it's like a heavily overcast, sort of mild October night, which means you should be wearing like a sweater and a jacket, but it's not probably going to freeze even.
Okay.
It's chilly. And it's definitely chilly in this old building, which is damp and, doesn't get a lot of light in it during the day to warm it up. There's a couple of pegs still left on the wall where kids hung coats whenever back in the past, but there's no furniture or anything.
Is there like a wood-burning stove still in the building?
You saw chimneys from outside,
All right. So,
brick style. So
let's come inside. It looks perfectly wholesome.
it's, it's an abandoned building, so it's as creepy as you find that. And it is colder than outside. Again, it's damp.
Any cobwebs or have to go through?
There probably will be in patches. I'm sure there's insect life for spiders to feed on, but I don't know that.
Do you want to sleep in this front area? We could put our sleeping bags over here.
Let's find somewhere open. There's got to be like a big room in here somewhere, right?
Yeah, maybe a classroom or something.
So proceeding down the hallway, again, the door on the left is slid open, and the door on the right is not.
Well, yeah, let's look in the first room. See what we see.
So shining your flashlight in, I guess, maybe edging the door a little bit. This was a classroom. There's a couple of pieces of the slate board are still on the far wall. There's actually a little light coming in through the cracks in the boards over the windows from the headlights outside.
Is there still glass in the window?
No.
Okay.
No. Maybe there are pieces, but
yeah. So it could get chilly in here.
Not whole panes. There's remnants of, there's wooden detritus. It's probably parts of furniture, but it's all broken up. There is a fireplace on the wall opposite the door you are poking your head in.
Yeah.
And again, other than that, it's windows. There's one door on the wall to the right.
Why don't we make this our place, or the matia, our room?
Yeah.
What do you
sure.
think? Let's put our bags here. I'm going to go over to the fireplace and look at it. Is there remnants of wood in the?
There's actually in the hearth itself. There's a fair bit of dirt, probably some brick chunks too. You wouldn't guess that this necessarily is a functional chimney.
But
nobody's lit a fire there recently enough to see any indication of it.
Is there still light in the sky outside, like dusk?
It's fading fast because it's overcast, and your job was to go from dusk to dawn inside the old house. So,
well, sometimes in Greece it can get quite cold, so we often have fireplaces. I want to see if it's still functioning, so I'll pull. There's usually a flue. I'll try to pull the flue open, and then I'm going to stick my head inside and look up and see if I can see the fading light coming down through the chimney.
All right. It's not quite a strength roll, but you definitely, like, nobody's tried to move.
It's rusty
thing in age. Let's have a luck roll.
Okay.
Let's start with some rolls.
88. So it's probably rusted close.
You pull it and you break a little piece of metal off in your hand. So it's
it's probably not safe to make a fire then.
It's a concern.
Yeah, I
certainly.
wouldn't.
You don't want to smoke yourself out.
Hey, Demi, you need a hand over there?
Speak
I
for
could get
yourself.
you like a broken bench or something. Got some wood.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But if this is that old, and if there's a lot of, I don't know what you call it the soot that's in the chimney, that you could start a fire and it could light a fire that would burn the building down. So,
Well, why don't we just build a campfire in the middle of the floor if we want to?
it's a wooden building, isn't it?
Yeah, wooden building, dry stone foundation, and
We could
wood.
probably
Let's keep that one in our back pocket in case we want the fire department to come bail us
Yeah.
out if this all gets.
No, I'd rather do that than freeze, so we'll see.
Well, look,
Yeah.
I wasn't kidding when I told Tanya and Bill that I brought my own stuff. So if you guys want anything,
Oh,
Maybe
probably
later.
crap
wanna
though.
look
I
around a
swiped it
little.
from my parents' liquor cabinet, but it's been there forever, so it's probably not any good. I don't know.
is it whiskey?
Dry aged.
Yeah, whiskey. Ugh.
Scotch whiskey.
Here, you guys want to try some?
I've never tried. I'd love to try.
Help yourself.
Oh, it's kind of sweet, isn't it? Like we usually drink ouzo, which is very
She's
licorice.
such a bitch. Look, Tanya texted me, piss yourself yet. Go die in a fire.
Go die in a fire.
You're giving off very negative vibes here, Sutton.
Okay. Oh,
I
look,
think we
here.
need to
Take some. Here.
You
we
know,
need to mellow out a little bit, man.
I don't know what your Halloween traditions are, or you said something about ghosts and spooky and all of that. We can pretty much bet that they've got things rigged up in here to frighten us.
Yeah, you're probably right. Halloween's just, right before winter, everybody tries to scare each other. It's a bunch of crap.
It sounds like fun, but
It can be.
It's more fun when you're a kid.
Pranks are
You get free
pranks.
Yeah.
candy. When you get to our age, everyone expects you to just, I don't know, be an asshole, roll houses or whatever.
rubber spiders and people under sheets.
Well, I
Worry,
think it'll
man.
help pass the time if we at least, see what's going on. I've never even been here before.
Did
I've heard
anybody
all the
bring a
stories.
pack of cards? We could have played cards. Damn it. We should have thought of
Actually, look, Demi, I got some cards right here.
that. Excellent. Shall we do poker?
I kind of want to look around the house first.
All right, we'll
Make
look
sure
around
they
the
don't
house,
have
but at
some
least
Neanderthal football player hiding in a closet.
at least we've got something to do later.
Yeah, I got you when you're ready.
Nice.
So there's the door you came in, and the pull door on the wall.
Let's see what's through there.
So that opens easily, creakily. There you get some spider webs, and it's a longer, narrower room. It's the kitchen of the boarding school back in the day. So again, there's smashed crockery on the floor. There's a window that's missing a bunch of the boards, so there's a fair amount of like leaf litter and stuff right there. That's just sort of to the side as you go in. Most of it stretches down to your right. You can see a couple doors and a little staircase way at the end if your flashlight's good enough to look down 40 feet or so.
Probably another wood burning stove in here.
Yeah, but probably the stovepipe that went out is rotted away. So
You want to look for food, and they might have pasta that would still be good after 100 years. But
No, man. We can't eat anything we find in here.
Yeah, no, that sounds absolutely not.
I heard
In
once
fact-
that they found in an old Italian village some pasta that was 300 years old. They cooked it up and ate it. But that's just
Alright.
pasta. Or
and
beans.
also the climate of Italy is probably more conducive to that than
It's a little
Yes.
wetter here. Yeah.
mildewy schoolhouse. Yeah, there's Well, again, there's two doors on the right side looking down the long way. There's one on the left, and there's a staircase at the end. There's like a sink basin, but it doesn't appear that there was even running water. It looks like people like brought water in from a well or something and used it. There's
Do
no
the
spigot.
stairs go up or down?
The stairs go up. They
Yeah.
twist clockwise.
I don't know if the floorboards will even hold us up there. We might fall down.
Yeah, in terms of what you saw from the outside, the roof seems like it's in pretty good shape considering. But yeah, who knows what the extent of water damage and so on is. There hasn't been, how sometimes you'll be in an abandoned building and there'll be like signs of recent activity there because high school type kids go and drink beer.
Or
Not a lot of that
hobos.
here.
Okay.
Or hobos. This is so isolated that it doesn't seem,
Yeah.
we haven't seen graffiti, for example.
It's not vandalized. It's well preserved.
Right. I mean, things are smashed up, but it doesn't seem like a hangout.
So I think curiosity will just sort of drive me around the room. I'll open up cabinets. I'll look and just see what's there, expecting any moment for a rat or something to jump out.
There's a built-in pantry underneath the stair at the far end. There aren't even canned goods. It's
Yeah.
The
Probably
place
start
might have
opening
been
doors and just peeking in rooms.
Yeah, the first door on the right looks back into the hallway you came in on. So you can see those double doors again. And then the one in the middle you can tell is to the outside because there's windows on that wall.
Mhm.
And if you open it, it creaks and shudders a little bit, and there's basically a lot of tall weeds. That's what's visible, scrub trees.
So she's a fixer-upper. Brock, you want to come up the stairs? You want to see if we can go up the stairs without falling through?
Yeah, let's just take it slow.
Yeah.
Watch your stub, man.
So, staying close to the edges of the stairs.
Yeah. Yeah, Darius, you keeping up with us? Got to make sure we stick together.
Well, I think now is as good a time as any, and I'm gonna start blazing up.
Don't light the building on
Gotta do
fire.
that here. You stay in the back.
Don't worry about it, man. The goddess of nature protects us. And by that I mean the alien greys. They're the real gods.
Why?
You have to tell me about
This
these
is supposed
aliens.
to be haunted by ghosts, Darius, not aliens.
Mind projections, man. We share 99% of our DNA with everything on Earth.
Very deep.
Even mushrooms?
Even mushrooms, man. I heard somewhere mushrooms have brains, just like us.
Yoo-hoo! Any ghosts upstairs?
There isn't a lot of wind tonight. The place is it's
Pretty quiet.
cold, it's creaky, it's pretty quiet. The first section of stairs, the tread's pretty wide, and they're not sagging particularly. They seem to be load-bearing.
It's interesting, because most of the houses in Greece are made out of cement. They used to have forests 2,000 years ago, but they cut them all down and used up all the wood. So there's very little wood. If you have a wooden floor, you must be very wealthy to have imported the wood. So I'm not used to this wooden house, but it makes a lot of noise, doesn't it? The creaking and the.
Do they still name people like Aristotle in Greece?
Some of
Like,
the
could
old
I go to
names-
Greece?
Some
They'd
of the
be
old
like, hey,
names are.
Socrates.
Well, my name is Demetrios. That's a very old name. Yeah, but you don't find many people named Zeus or Apollo. Well, Apollo sometimes.
That's rad, man.
I've
That's
never
just
met
rad.
anyone named Hades. They usually name people after the saints. So if the saints were named after the pagan gods, then they became Christian names. Dionysius, Artemis. All right.
It's all one.
I'm probably at the top of the stairs now.
Yeah. So it turned twice. So you were like, we're going toward a corner and then inward and then back. And there's a short-ish landing. It's about the same width as the kitchen downstairs. And it's got only 3 doors from it. Maybe it's about, I guess it's, yeah, the kitchen was they're similar width. But actually this is more central because there's, instead of windows on the right side having turned around, there's a door on left and front and center.
This just feels more like a house than a schoolhouse. Could it have been converted over from a house to a school?
How old is this school? Building, I guess, rather.
How would you know?
Yeah. It's not 1,000 years old.
I mean, it has a dry stone foundation and
right,
fairly rough.
Didn't know if local
walls.
Legend or whatever if we'd heard.
Yeah, I mean I think it's fair to guess that it's from the 19th century, if you even have a conception of the 19th century.
Everybody says 100 years, yeah. So.
Right. I don't know. Sometimes you get rich families, and you just turn it into a school.
Well, if you, it is Miss Denford's boarding school.
Right. I heard she killed herself here. I think that's where all the ghost stories come
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's true. That's what I've heard.
Oh.
Man.
Well, that's not good, but maybe she had really bad students or something.
I heard one of her students was pretty bad.
What do you mean?
He was so bad that she beat him to death.
What?
Really?
Very, very negative vibe, dude.
Huh.
I don't believe it. It's crazy. Come on.
Brock,
Hey,
have you heard
man.
anything? That's like, I really haven't heard anything of it. She killed herself.
You're just trying to
sorry.
me.
Sorry. Joe's texted me.
Oh,
I'm just
God,
going to
what's he
ignore
saying?
him. He's asked what we're doing up here.
That's what, your friend Joe? Your brother Joe?
No. That's
No,
Bill's
Joe's
friend.
that knuckle dragger that was outside trying to dare us to come in here in
the one with the headlights pointed at us.
Yeah.
Oh. Why don't they come inside and watch? I mean, for goodness sake. They're going to run their batteries down.
Should I tell him Demi invites you in? Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Tell them we're having a party with the ghosts and they're really cool. And,
Demi says it's fun. You should come hang out. I'll send that to Joe.
Man, their vibes are so negative, the aliens would probably vaporize them.
So
I'm gonna open the middle door.
Yeah. Open the middle door. See what we've got. And we're looking for lamps as well, like oil lamps or something.
Yeah, that would be cool.
There's probably no oil. It'll all dry up.
So, middle door, left or right?
Middle.
Middle door.
I was going for the middle.
Oh, that's that's the far door. I mean, left, right, and opposite, but sure.
Right.
Sure.
Got some cobwebs for Demi. This room is about half the size of the classroom, and it's got, as you flag, there's a washstand and a bedstand and a side table and a bed and a clothing bureau. The door's off the clothing bureau. There's something lying on the bed.
Pick it up.
What is
under
that?
a sheet.
Like person shaped or like
person shaped.
Oh, okay.
You said that
I told you they were going to get some dumb jock up here to try to scare the crap out of us.
Broken pieces of furniture around.
Yeah.
So I'm going to at some point just have picked up a stick, and I'm going to be getting the cobwebs
Hmm.
in the
Yeah.
intention of stomping any spiders that might fall down. But yeah, there's
Find a
somebody in the
suitable
bed.
table leg.
Darius, you go see if you can see what's in the bed.
Totally, dude.
It's under a sheet. The sheet's stained. There's, drifts of dust and tree things, little seed potty sorts of things on it.
Hmm.
But it's kind of like somebody's sleeping there or lying there in state.
I'm gonna try to, before I lift up the sheet, I'm gonna try to have a telepathic conversation with him. Do you read me, man?
I almost want you to roll power, but it would just be about whether you were stoned enough at that moment to think you got an answer.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah, what the hell? If you could fail a power roll.
All right. Okay, 55, and my power is 70, so I passed.
All right. So you can tell that nothing is talking to you from the bed.
Nah, this thing's dead.
The sheet sort of pulls off and sort of rips as you pull it. And there's a wooden dummy of a woman in a black dress lying on the bed. She's got hair on her head, though. And instead of a face, she's got a photograph nailed to the front of the head of the doll.
What the hell?
It's weird. Why don't you text Bill and say, "Hey, we thought Tanya was out there with you, but she's
Send a
apparently up
picture.
here in the bed." Yeah, send them a
Man,
picture.
this is not the most epic prank I've ever seen in my
Ooh.
life, I gotta say.
What's the photograph?
It's a
What
face.
is-
I'm going to
It's
look
a
at it.
woman's face.
Is it like a dressmaker's model, a mannequin?
It's a. Are you gonna touch it? See?
Yeah, I'll move it around.
The black dress is old and brittle and moldy. It does have articulable limbs, but it doesn't really say dressmaker. It
Hmm.
says it's like a life-size marionette, more or less.
Yeah, you see how old the cloth is. I don't know that they could have gotten it up the stairs and into the bed without destroying this dress completely. It's literally falling apart, almost to dust in places. The moths have had their way.
Yeah, I think this is just the doll's room. We should get out of here.
Maybe there was a giant kid who played with him.
A giant kid, a giant gray kid.
Uh,
Hell yeah, man.
Maybe we are the dolls.
Oh shit. Very far out.
Definitely text that picture to Bill, though.
Is there any brand name, like a maker's mark on the thing?
How thoroughly do you want to inspect it?
Pretty thoroughly. I mean, this is weird.
It's 100-year-old Varvi.
get it out of the bed and roll it around.
Be careful, man.
When you sit it up to look, maybe the back of the head as the sort of that's a not some more of the black matted hair falls off, and there's definitely like not at all like a maker's mark, but it's wooden, and there's a burn mark on the top of the forehead that the hair had been covering. And I assume you've got, Sutton's phone there so you can see it, or you've got your Zippo out and Dimitri's worried you're all going to burn up. But you can see there's a line from that burn that goes back down around the head and down the neck and disappears into the dress at the back, which is where it's buttoned.
It's weird.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Listen, doll, I'm gonna undress you. It's not a weird thing, though, man. It's
making it
totally
weird.
kosher.
I agree with Brock. You're making this weird.
Darius, yeah, you need to smoke a little less.
We gotta see where this thing goes, man. What if it's like the mark of Satan or something?
You can take the dress off. Just like, why are you
All right.
talking to
Yeah.
it?
Look, we'll turn around. You can have your minute.
No, you're making it weird.
Oh shit! It
So
is the mark of Satan.
That the burn goes around the back and makes that shape over the whole of the upper back of the figure.
It's got 7 points.
1900s
And
satanic sex doll.
got some little symbols, little letters or
What are
something.
those symbols in the middle?
I don't recognize the language. It could be.
Not Greek to you.
Yeah, there's some characters that look a little Greek, but maybe Hebrew or
Yeah, it looks like Chinese.
yeah,
Scribbles.
maybe.
Yeah.
Do any of you have any points in occult? I think somebody
Oh,
does.
let me look.
Space.
Occult. I have 5.
You do.
Mm.
I have 60.
Ooh.
All right, dude.
Yes, we
Definitely.
can always rely on what you say.
Definitely an alien mark. Okay, should I roll that?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
It's a Bigfoot signature.
Okay, I got an 80. So
Yeah. So maybe it's gray alien still. I mean, it
Yeah.
definitely looks like there's different nodes, right, that are connecting to other things, and probably the part in the middle with the writing on it is the focus of, because it looked like things connecting, but it's hard to. You certainly don't think you've ever seen that language in any book that you've looked at on the internet that's supposed to be full of spells.
It could be a logo from 150 years ago.
no, man, it's like the energy is flowing through the chakras up to
Is
the
the
brain.
hair a wig, or is it just? I guess it's a wig, right? But it's real hair.
Do you want to try something like appraise or something? Do you have any skills that would be applicable to trying to figure that out?
No. My only relevant experience is being a teenage girl and knowing how to do hair.
Yeah.
That is-
What do
there's not a
you
skill for that.
what do you roll idea though
Okay.
while you're examining that?
That's an 07. So yeah, that's
Okay.
definitely a success. Yeah.
So what seems crazy about that hair is that it was like kind of in place on the mannequin's head before it was
Right.
disturbed. And you know that the way wigs work is that there's a mesh or something that
Right.
everything's tied to.
Mhm.
And this doesn't have any structure under the hair. It's like it had been
Just placed.
placed, or like it came out of the wood instead of being.
So are there like peg holes? Like how dolls' heads are? They have like little peg holes where they push the hair in.
Maybe it was glued.
You rolled,
Maybe.
and the glue came off a long time ago, but I'm gonna give you the benefit of a 7. You like take out your phone and you zoom up the camera, but maximally, and there's not peg holes like 16 for Barbie. There's like follicle holes. Like some of the hairs are still coming out of the wood, and a lot of them have fallen away, but it's like the hair was impregnated into that wood, not attached to it as a piece.
Oh my, no, I don't
I
like.
think
I'm stepping away. I don't like
we're
this.
gonna take all of the information from this and do our first sand roll, because
Yeah,
there's
that
just
feels perfect.
enough that's wrong.
For all of us?
97 too.
Yeah.
That's a fail.
Okay.
I think I'm going to say 0 or 1d3
Okay.
for how weirded out you are by
That
this.
is just a 1.
I get a bonus
But I'm
for being
backing away
stoned.
from it now. I don't like this. I don't know what that is, but I don't like it. I don't want anything to do with that.
Just a 1 for me.
I think it'd be scarier if you're stoned.
Well, I passed anyway.
Well,
Yeah, I passed too.
I now have the sudden urge to yank the picture off of the face
Uh-huh.
to see if it's wood underneath or a dried up, desiccated corpse.
It's neither. It's more or less the same face, but painted on the wood.
What the fuck?
Hey, are you guys done messing around with that thing? It's weird.
I'm done.
Just leave it alone.
I'm done.
No, dude. This is some crazy shit.
I'm backing out of the
man.
room. I don't want anything to do with this. I'm backing
Yeah,
out.
let's get out of here. Come on, guys.
What if it's like a voodoo doll?
Then what?
That doesn't make me want to
Just
touch
leave
it
it alone.
anymore, Demi. Yeah.
Don't they use like hair and fingernails on voodoo dolls? Like
I don't know anything about
books?
voodoo.
Well,
Look at the fingers.
Let's check the rest of the house.
Now, Darius is still looking at that thing. What is it?
It's his new girlfriend.
Hey, man.
What's her name, Darius?
Probably like
Woody?
no, man. That's not a lady name. That's a dude name.
That's
Maybe like
Maple?
That's not bad.
Keep in mind, if this was a boarding house and this is a private bedroom,
It
not
might have belonged
a dormitory room.
It's the doll's room.
a very little
What the
girl
fuck?
who has a very big doll.
Or
It is like
someone
it's like
lost
an
their
adult
daughter
size
and
mannequin,
tried to
right?
raise it.
That's-
Yeah, it's an adult-sized mannequin.
I'm not gonna check if it's an adult mannequin, man. That is just too much of an invasion of.
You already took its dress off. It's naked.
Well,
It was just the back. I'm gonna name her Sativa.
What's his
Is
name?
there a
great.
bedside table, a closet, something that we could look into to see if there's any information about whoever slept here?
yeah, there's a few things. Again, there's a wardrobe that the door has come off of. There's some other mostly black dresses, rags of black dresses inside. There's and it has some side drawers. There's a comb made out of something like, I don't know, something carved and kind of ornate, that's got a few strands of black hair in it that match. Would you roll luck for me, Sutton?
Great. Let's see. 65. Nope, that's a 98.
Okay, so when you pull out the drawer of the table next to the bedside table, the bedstand, the bottom was like flimsy wood and falls out, and bits and bobs of nonsense spill onto the not very clean floor.
I'm
There
betting
doesn't
this place
appear to be
got-
mail or anything. You could see I'm trying to think what else she would have in her room that would be relatively intact.
You said she has a comb or a brush?
There was a comb in the wardrobe in the side drawers of the wardrobe.
Were there
What about
any things
shoes?
like ribbons or hair ribbons or anything like that that are
I think there was some stuff like that in the drawer that fell out of the nightstand. What did you ask, Darius?
What about shoes?
There, if you look under the bed, there are two pairs of medium-heeled black shoes with buttons, and there is something else that might be hard to see. I don't think you want to put your Zippo under the bed.
Here, use my flashlight.
There's something farther back there that looks interesting or distinct from the color of the floor.
I'll use the flashlight.
And thus you can slide out what appears to be a small daybook.
Diary of Amabel? Maple? That was pretty close. Denford, September 8th, 1908. Joey was playing with his doll in class again today. I had to confiscate it. September 15th, 1908. Someone stole the picture I had on my desk of myself with my parents. No one admitted to the theft. If I find out who did it, they will receive quite the caning. September 16th, 1908. Found the picture of my parents in the boys' room, but my face was cut out and missing. September 29th, 1908. Awoke to find myself sleepwalking outside the school, saw light in the window of the boys' dormitory. Hope no one saw me. How peculiar and embarrassing. All were asleep when I checked on them afterwards. October 5th, 1908. Hit Rebecca in class today. Don't know what came over me. Joey laughing about it in the back of class. What a miserable child. October 15th, 1908. Awoke in the middle of the night by noise downstairs. Found Joey rearranging the classroom furniture. I gave him a few good strokes with the cane and sent him back to bed. He was furious. October 29th, 1908. Woke up with a terrible stiffness in my joints. I hope it is the cold nights and not my age. October 29th, 1908. The children complaining about aches too, but the weather's still mild. Perhaps an illness? Tomorrow I will send for the doctor in town. October 30th, 1908. Dr. Elias said he has never seen anything like it, some sort of muscle disease. I'm very afraid that we all have it. Only Joey seems spared so far. I will have him ordered to sleep from the rest of us until we're better.
And that is only about the first third of the diary, and the following pages are unmarked. So now you have a name for your mannequin. I would like all of you to do con rolls.
Ooh,
92, really bad.
97.
93. Come on, Darius.
96.
Ooh,
No!
something is affecting our rolls.
What the hell, man?
So it feels, maybe especially to Darius, maybe it's just the creepy nature of that diary, but you all feel like your muscles are really stiff.
Psychosomatic?
Building.
We're freaked out because of
be.
what you read?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah, come on, guys. We're fine. Just stop reading that stuff.
Well, I wonder, you said that she committed suicide?
But also she killed one of her students, or at least Darius said that. I wonder if that Joey kid really got to her, you know?
Well, it sounds like,
She
why
was
didn't she
just
just kick him
doling
out
out
of
the
school?
punishments left, right, and center at school.
Well, they used to spank children a lot.
That's true. You're right.
With a
Did
stick.
anybody else notice that the diary ended on Halloween?
Yeah,
The
I
day
saw
before,
that too.
right? Was it Halloween or the day before Halloween?
Day before. It was the 30th was the last entry. But then again, if she was killed and turned into a doll, then how could she have written the 31st? I think this has got to be all planted by those dipshits outside.
Of course.
The mystery to scare the children. Let's see what's in the other
Kind of
rooms.
creepy though.
That is pretty creepy.
Let's I want to get out of this room. I can't explain the hair. The hair is weird.
It's also old. You'd expect it to be dust free.
Yeah.
If they put it there. Right or left?
I picked last time. Someone else picked.
Let's go left.
Left.
From that room, the door on the left opens. It sticks a little. If you kick it, though, it does that shuddering thing and swings open. There's some. You can get some truck light in through the windows. In fact, yeah, it'll just honk like 4 times loud. It sounds like. So you don't even much need flashlights in here because there's enough. The light slants up through the cracks fairly well. There are the remnants of 3 beds. 2 of them still kind of bed shaped. One of them is pretty much slumped into a mass. A couple of like clothing storage, chests, drawer chests, bureaus. A lot of garbage. There's the ceiling in here is a little bit like the plaster has come off, but it doesn't actually, there's not a hole. But it's crunches underfoot. Why don't we have a spot hidden?
92.
27. Yeah, that's a hard.
I got a 100.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Incredible.
You saw a gray alien just for a minute. And then,
Dude, I swear to God. If Amabel comes up behind us, I'm gonna shit a brick, man.
and you guys, Darius, calls out in distress, and you look up, and his hand is actually right here. Like he's only actually seeing his own hand. But Sutton is flashing her light around and notices that among the sort of piles of junk, like the pile over in this corner is blackened, as though there was
Like burned.
Something burned.
like
like
something
small fire.
burned. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Brock, go touch it. I don't want to touch it.
Well, I wanna go try the window. I want to see if it opens.
Again, they're all boarded over. There's barely.
Oh, okay.
If the window frame was intact enough, like it doesn't even like it's there's no real glass, and there probably weren't movable frames that function at all. So
well, I go
what
budge
you could
that
do
a little
is
bit.
try to pry out some of the wood to get more light in.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to be convenient, but yeah, I just kind of budge that and say like, don't know why Bill's honking at us. I was going to yell at him.
Oh, you can peer. It's a little bright because you're looking sort of at the headlights, but basically they're just tailgating and
He probably honked at us because he's mad that we said that was his girlfriend upstairs.
Did you send that text, Darius?
Well, yeah, who was going to send it?
I think it was
I
Brock.
thought it was
who
Brock.
gonna
I
send
think
it.
it was Brock we told.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll do it if you guys wanted me to.
Do it.
Where like just a picture of it, and like once it was like propped up, so like when you guys were holding it, I'll just send the picture and say like, I didn't know Tanya was staying with us.
Yeah, that definitely got like a WTF, fuck you, dude
Nice.
reply.
So
Perfect.
what's in this burn pile?
Yeah. You have so it's there's a jumble of broken pieces of furniture, and it's charred, and some of the char runs up the wall. If you kick it around a little bit, the floor is scorched, except in a shape that kind of looks like the form of a 10-year-old boy or girl. Like there's a human shape that's not scorched underneath the pyre of wood.
Well,
I mean,
that's a pretty scary effect.
and I don't think we need you kids to roll intelligence to recognize that, like, this is a little subtle for Bill.
Yeah.
You know, this is maybe Bill or Joe or Tanya had heard enough stories about this to know that this place was actually creepy. But in terms of if they were going to put shit inside here, as you said earlier, you'd be looking for rubber spiders.
Yeah. They'd be jumping out of
Yeah.
closets at us.
It's
They
a little
wouldn't be.
sophisticated for them.
They aren't this clever.
They have mushroom brains.
Hey, man, that's an
Don't
insult to
encourage him,
mushrooms.
Demi. Don't encourage him.
I think it's kind of funny.
You probably share more of your DNA with mushrooms than those animals.
This is weird, though. This is really weird.
I'm gonna kind of get my stick and brush through the ashes.
Mm-hmm. The intact pieces, like there isn't any paper ash or something like that. The chunks of burnt wood that are more complete strongly suggest that they were burning furniture. This wasn't a lightning strike that set something on fire in the corner, and it wasn't. It wasn't. They didn't. I mean, there's a chimney in this room. It's above one of the chimneys that downstairs, because there's on both ends chimneys. Right. So the fireplace in here, this didn't happen in the fireplace.
Yeah.
And the shape is very suggestive, right? It's not a perfect human form that like there was a photographic flash that left an outline. You can't tell anything about the shape, except it's the size of a small person and it's shaped like a person. Although, try a spot hidden again, since you're inspecting it.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a humanoid shape underneath as if
it doesn't make any sense. It would.
Yeah.
You can't. If someone actually burned here, there'd be remnants of them.
How would you burn? Human bodies aren't flammable. Yeah. You'd have to pour gasoline all over it, and it would have caused the whole house to go up in flames.
Well, and what? He just laid still the whole time? He didn't thrash around or anything?
Well, you can kill the person before you burn them, but
yeah, right.
It would have caused way more damage.
Pyromancy, dude. Pyromancy.
There'd be remnants, though, like
there would
bones
be,
or whatever.
Yeah, bones and maybe even pieces of old desiccated flesh.
Is anybody bald? We all have.
I have a full head of hair.
Of us teenagers? No, none of us are bald.
Well, buzz cut, maybe. Damn it.
Maybe Brock. I don't know. I
have intense black hair that looks like yours, Max.
Oh, thank you. I want you to draw the symbol in the same place as it was on the doll on me. Maybe use like the ashes or something. I think that'll really get our psyche in line with the ghosts of this place.
No, man, I can't draw.
Let's save it for midnight, Darius, for maximum effect. How about that?
Yeah.
So the door across the hall?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on.
It's similar to the one you just saw, in that there are the remains of bed frames in here. There are 4 instead of 3.
So she has a 7.
This is distinct. There's nothing. I mean, I'm sure you're casting around looking for burnt stuff, and there's nothing like that. But oddly, this is the first room that you've seen in the schoolhouse that has graffiti on the walls. but it isn't tags and it isn't spray paint. It's like maybe charcoal scribbles. I mean, it's hard to make out. I mean, there's lots of shapes, so if you're stoned, you can see plenty of faces in it. If you're not stoned, it's easy to like decide that this is a face or that looks a little bit like a word, but it's really just mostly angular marks on the walls.
Do the scribbles look like the language that was in the center of the seven-pointed star?
If so, maybe, but there are too many layers and there's other marks.
Okay.
It's very chaotic. It doesn't really make it. It's Jackson Pollock like in that it's almost seems random because there's just so much going on.
Do you notice she had 7 students and there were seven pointed stars?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? I did not notice that.
I wonder.
Can we have that sketch, David, like maybe in the chat or the
Discord?
Sure. Got it.
I wonder if I don't know. I don't know anything about witches. What if I know there are people who contact the evil spirits and try to do bad things, but the woman was running a school for children. I don't know why she would try and
I don't think it was her.
magic. You think it was the boy?
I think it was that dude, man. He seemed like a devil or something, you know, Satan child.
But he would have been one of the students, so it's very strange.
I mean,
Well,
I think
it's
if
a
it was
boarding
her,
school,
she
right?
would-
Like it's not her kids. It's someone was sent here.
Is there anything that would give us an indication as to which room was the boys and which room was the girls? Like wallpaper or paint or just a slightly more feminine style?
Give me a look roll, please.
000, that's the best roll you can get.
No.
I fall through the floor.
Yeah, you're looking around. Again, there's the matron's room, if that's what it was, had the wardrobe with dresses in it. None of the personal appurtenances appear to have survived in these rooms. It's not as though there were different styles of bed. So it isn't obvious to you at the moment.
You know, there is a play that I've seen called, I think, The Children's Hour. It doesn't really have anything to do with this, but the second the parents thought that anything was wrong, all of the children were taken away. So maybe that's why we're not finding any of the children's stuff. Something happened. She committed suicide and they all were taken home.
That makes sense. This place has stood here
Wouldn't
for
be any
100 years, you know.
There wouldn't be anyone to teach him if she died.
You know,
Well,
Darius?
the parents wouldn't want to have anything to do with any kind of scandal.
Yeah.
I feel like if we're gonna go with Darius's theory that it's the little boy was burned in that spot, then that was probably the boy storm, or this is probably the boy
Nah.
storm.
Why do you think
what I
the
think.
boy would have
What's that, Brock?
Why do you think the boy would have burned? He'd be the one making other people burn, right? He was the trouble.
That's true. Well, the rumor is that she killed someone, right? I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
did she kill him for revenge, or did he make her kill someone else? She slapped Rebecca. That might have been the girls' room, and that was Rebecca where she burned.
Or maybe the boy liked the girl, and when she got slapped, he did something. I don't know. It
Well, she
seems
said
like
that she doesn't know why she did it. So I think he, if we're talking voodoo dolls, then yeah, he made that thing to control her.
how does a kid to make such a big doll?
How did the
It's not
humans
like
make the pyramids.
Yeah, I thought you said the Greys made the pyramids.
Maybe
It was
Joey
exactly.
was an alien.
Exactly.
It's just too big of a
Changeling.
thing. It's not something that he could just whittle out of a piece of wood overnight.
Well, from my occult studies, I've concluded that whenever there's an occult ritual, it either occurs in the basement or in the attic. So if there's not a basement to this place, the pentagram is probably in the attic.
Your occult research, the magazines you buy
The
at
internet,
the grocery store.
Reddit.
Could we see
Reddit
from the outside
forum.
of the house that there would be an attic above? Is it a roof like that?
It does have a peaked roof. Yeah.
God, why
Let's-
is Bill such an asshole?
Yeah, he's texting me too.
Bill is. What? What does he say?
You kids are so fucked. Oh my God.
Mhm.
Text him back and say, yeah, well, we're in here and you're out there because we're brave and you're a bunch of chicken shits.
Agreed, man.
Yeah, why are we in here earning his money
Jimmy
anyways?
says you're chicken shit.
Two really long truck blasts.
Yeah.
That's the first response.
Not a single tear has been shed. We're not afraid of your silly tricks.
It's true. You've been very brave.
I start walking back through the three rooms, looking up at the ceiling
is
to
there
see
an
if there's a
attic door?
trap door going into the attic.
Roll spot hidden.
That's low spot hidden. I got 68. I failed. I don't see it. I don't find it. Maybe it's in the closet or...
We could probably just break through.
Yeah, but what if there's a big heavy trunk or something here that's sitting on the... You don't want to.
I think this conversation in general, you should all roll and see if you can spot a way to go up. I mean, there isn't anything
34
like
out
a
of
ladder.
60.
Great.
Okay,
so
I got a regular.
It wasn't in any of the three rooms. It was actually in the hallway that connects them. It's pretty close to the mannequin doorway. It's in the ceiling. You might have to, you could just see the shape of a trap door. If there was a string to pull it down, that is rotted away, or
is there a place where there was like a metal hook where it went through the, like, say there was a rope attached to it originally, or is it just flat?
There's a protuberance that's knobby.
We need a piece of furniture, and all this furniture is shitty.
But I mean, if you want to pick your head up there, I could give you a boost.
Okay. Maybe there's a ladder. Sometimes the ladder slides out when the...
Yeah. Yeah, here, Darius, give me a hand, and I'll try to hold his weight.
What's your strength and what's your size?
My size is 45, so I'm a little Greek boy.
Yeah, and my strength is 60.
Yeah, we don't even need to roll. That's fine. It's not 12 feet high. You don't have to do an act.
It's hard
Just to
now.
boost him up.
My Swiss Army knife has a package carrier, which you pull out, and it's a little hook. So I'm going to get up there and try and hook that on the thing and pull it open.
No sweat. I'm surprised it isn't a Greek army knife, but yes. As you expected, when you pull the little handle, the door swings down and the ladder goes in two parts.
Perfect.
Just to the floor. And there's light up there.
Maybe it's coming in from an end window or something.
Yeah,
Dude.
I mean, they're blasting their damn headlights. House, hopefully.
Hello, little gray aliens. Are you up there?
It's the saucer, man. They're beaming us up.
Anybody want some?
Yeah.
Dutch courage. Or Scotch.
I think now.
Scottish courage.
Would I have any hallucinogens on me?
You would sure.
There's no illegal drugs anywhere in Ohio.
I think I think I'm gonna do a little microdose before I experience this because I gotta open my mind, man.
That's perfectly fair. I think that a full dose would be extremely foolhardy. But if you want to cut off a little wedge and just
I'll do like
loosen up. It might help with your stiff joints too, because your muscles really don't feel good. It might actually feel like a little bit of effort to climb the ladder. And who's going to climb the ladder? I mean, I assume you all are if the first person doesn't get their head chopped off.
I'll do like
go on mute with fear.
I will say now in the movie, Silent Night, Deadly Night, the man stuck his head up there and the monster chopped it off. So I suggest you go whoop, like that and see if the axe comes and misses.
all right, man. I'm gonna do half a tab. And I'm gonna do 100 micrograms.
Don't think mushrooms are measured in tabs, but sure.
Oh, it's mushrooms? Okay, yeah.
You were hoping
I'll do like half a regular dose.
That's not micro dosing.
It's quite a bit.
That's
Micro for me, man.
That's light dosing. Okay. So I guess you're not going up first because you're busy titrating your drugs.
Oh, for goodness sake, I will go up.
No, you're a girl. You shouldn't go up first.
The girl always has to live, dude.
Yeah, if I'm going to live, may as well go up first then.
We could. I don't know what you call this.
Rock, paper, scissors. It's rock, paper, scissors. On shoot. Okay, ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ah,
you
damn. All right, well, then
lost.
you got to go. Up you go, Demi.
Okay.
What? He did scissors and you did paper.
He won the right to go up the stairs.
Yeah.
He won the right
He's trying to
be
tell me I
sexist.
can't go up the stairs,
Okay.
which is...
I will up.
He won the rock, paper, scissors. He gets to be sexist.
Because I am brave. And I'm going to go up the stairs doing see if the monster comes out for my head. So I get up high enough and I peek real quick and then I can pull back down. Did I see anything?
You saw that there is a electric lamp that's functioning in the attic
What?
on a small table. There's some technology in the attic.
Tell me what's going on.
Somebody is here.
Holy
What?
shit, man.
There's a light bulb up here that's lit. I didn't know
Wow.
they even have electricity out here.
You had to use your pocket knife to open that thing. Nobody came up this way.
I think this is still a trick by the boys outside. There's somebody up here.
Well, then,
come here.
let's go look.
So I'll sheepishly climb up the rest of the way.
Mhm.
And then,
It's the peak of the attic is only 6 feet.
yeah,
So,
easy to bang your head.
it's size 45. You could probably walk around to, the center third.
So as soon as I get up, I turn around and I point at Brock, the jock. You.
Man, I don't know if this ladder can hold me. Yeah, all right. You think someone's up there? I'm coming.
So, okay.
So, is everyone going?
Yeah,
Or does
I'm
somebody
going.
want to stay down and mind the ladder or...
Well, I kind of want to go last because I am worried about breaking the ladder. If it seems kind of frail at all.
It's not as frail as you'd expect. In fact,
Okay.
when you give it a good look, there's some newer hardware on it.
So
there's-
does it look like it's been used really? Like it looks like different wood than the rest of the frame?
It maybe maybe some rungs were patched in with newer stuff, but there's definitely because the sliding fittings, they're not original. They're not rusted to oblivion.
It's really weird.
Yeah. So you poke around upstairs. There is a desk with a lamp on it. There's a fair amount of wiring coming out of a couple of devices attached to a laptop on the little folding table where the lamp is. There's like a decent, modern battery and some cables running off along the attic floor.
Who's up here? We found you. The jig is up.
There's also a chair next to the little table with the laptop, a desk lamp on it. And there's a wooden mannequin sitting in the chair.
This is where they're controlling the spooky stuff.
I mean, what have we encountered that was spooky that wasn't tangible?
I don't know, but somebody.
This is weird. I will give you that. This is
There's. Is it another mannequin or is it?
It's not human size. It's about 2 feet tall.
Okay.
And it looks like it was carved, not by
like
a
this?
master craftsman. Not string type, but articulated limbs. Maybe you could do a little bit of jaw thing.
The ventriloquist, yeah.
But not your
This
whole
feels
hand
like-
in, just like a...
Right. Yeah, there's probably a thing to...
Yeah.
There's some sort
This
of...
feels like a serial killer would do this.
The little figure has the same photograph, presumably,
on its face.
of Miss Denford nailed to its face.
Okay, we know. I don't want to be up here all alone. Come up. Now I'm freaked out.
I think we're all up here with you.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, this isn't a ghost. This is like something like a serial killer would do. I'm telling you. I listen to true crime. I know this feels like serial killer crap.
Well, I mean, you guys heard that rumor about the person living in the basement, right?
No.
What?
What?
You didn't feel like you didn't want to tell us this, Brock?
I was texting Joe. Sorry, I forgot you asked me. Yeah, I mean, come on, everybody knows that. There's the monster in the basement or the deranged lunatic or whatever.
What did I say? Attic or basement?
You said aliens.
It is aliens, man. What do you think this technology was around in 1945 or whatever, man?
They gotta have a hook or something to open that door. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, you can get those like in the house I used to live in. We had it wasn't a pull cord; it was a hook. It was a hook on a stick.
Yeah.
That's how.
Aliens, ghosts. It's all bullshit.
It even has an alien.
I don't think
on
somebody
the laptop.
actually lives down there.
But look at this laptop, Brock. What's on the laptop, by the way? Is it like powered on? Is it open? Like
it's sitting there closed next to the lamp. If you flip it open, it requires a password.
Let me try to do the password. Jelly bean.
Computers.
1,
2, 3, 4.
Amable.
Joey.
Joey.
Good.
Okay,
good
we're gonna get
guess,
locked
though.
out of this computer.
We're going to have to. Somebody.
Oh.
Is going to have
computer use.
Computer use.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I do not.
Computer use. I've got 5. I got 5 and I rolled an 8. Oh wait, I can spend luck, can't I?
You have luck.
Yeah.
You rolled 8. Wow.
I'll roll. I'll spend luck.
This is those are the rolls when you have base skill and you roll under 10. That is the universe saying it's worth 3 luck. Yeah. So
Tanya Harding.
Well, it's an interesting unconscious because of course Bill's girlfriend's name's Tanya. But Tanya Harding isn't the thing. It's It's actually lowercase d Densford 2018.
I got really lucky.
And there's very little on it. There's basically there's a panel of images from all of the cameras that are hidden throughout the schoolhouse. You can wave it yourself from a micro camera in the corner of the attic. There's basically a camera in every room, and they're it's below bandwidth. It's black and white. You see the occasional line go through it, and you can see that it's got a Bluetooth connection to another device.
They're out there recording what we're doing.
Yeah, they're gonna put us on the internet. Yeah.
Is there a camera in the basement?
There is a camera in the basement. It shows that but there isn't a lot of light in the basement because you're not shining a light in it, and the lights from the windows aren't getting into the basement. So you could basically see like a gray band and a darker gray band, and that's really it.
So I'm going to walk back.
There's a blob of relative light, but it's too dim to like formulate a real image.
I'll walk back and forth in the attic and see if there's anybody up here. It's probably not much room to hide.
And again, it's the slope is not that steep, so really you've got to you shrink to be in the middle, and you're shining a light around, looking at this to see if there's somebody skulking in a corner. You don't see any figures except for the mannequin on the chair. You do see there's something odd about. Again, there's a chimney on either end of the building. So one of them that comes up through the attic, you realize has something attached to it. I assume you will look at that further.
Yeah.
A rational being. And what you come to find back there is that there are newspaper clippings from various versions of the local paper that are nailed with little 10-penny nails, whatever, those little picture frame rails, nailed into the mortar between the bricks of the chimney.
There are some newspaper clippings. Maybe we do have a serial killer or something. This is from the Times Picayune. I don't know what that is. November 3rd, 1908.
Orleans paper.
It's a what?
It's a New Orleans paper. Must have made national news.
Student teachers missing. The entire student body and the headmistress of Denford Boarding School have not been seen since last Saturday morning. Yesterday, a report of their absence was made to the sheriff and the school was searched. The students were last seen Saturday by milk dairy delivery man, Edward Schmidt, during his regular rounds. Mr. Schmidt contacted the sheriff after his previous delivery had not been claimed and no one answered the front door at the school. The school is run by Miss Amabel Denford, a native of our fair town. The students included Michael Valencenti, aged 15 years, Hannah Ullman, aged 14, Rebecca Lieb, aged 12, sisters Alice Herman, aged 13, and Rosie, aged 11, Joseph Watts, aged 14, and Daniel, how do you say that one? Ner?
Probably Ner.
Aged 13. Miss Denford's address at the boarding school. She is in her 30s, of the brunette type, and possesses a vivacious disposition. She is a graduate of Ulster Academy and afterwards attended Spencer's Teaching School. Later, she taught for a time in Spencer's Teaching College in Schenectady something. And then...
Schenectady. It's okay. I'm sorry.
Schenectady. What a strange name. And then returned home to found the Denford boarding school in 1894.
While you're inspecting that one, the photograph at the bottom of the students tickles your brain a little bit. I'd like to ask for idea rolls.
I think that I'm hanging out by the ladder, so I'm not really involved with this.
Fair.
Intelligence. Yeah, I passed that one.
I think my brain is a little too tickled.
It might help that you're an observant new student to the area. Little Joseph Watts in the photograph looks an awful lot like Joe Canning, who's drinking beer on his refurbished Camaro outside the school.
Maybe his dad or
great-grandfather?
Great-grandfather? Or just grandfather?
There's another clip from, I think, the next day.
I can read it if you want, Demi. Missing students search intensifies. Authorities began searching the woods today after completing a search of Denford boarding school yesterday. All 7 students at the school have not been seen in 5 days. Miss Amabel Denford, head of the school, is also missing. 7 high school students have not returned home after going trick-or-treating with their friends Halloween night. Reported missing are Alicia Alvord, Olvie Kernager, Waller Brown, Erlene Mott, Joe Cummings, Hastings Crumpacker, and Lemuel Daniels.
Always 7.
Yeah.
Thanks be to God that we are not 7.
But there's 4 of us, Bill, Tanya, Joe.
This is the next one.
November 2nd, 7 missing after Halloween. Oh, this is 1946. 7 missing after Halloween. Several high school students did not return home Saturday morning from Halloween activities with their friends. A report has been filed with the sheriff by several of the parents. Reported missing are Ida Dozier, Tillman Reinhardt, Lissy Campbell, Melissa Sen, Rose Elia Gathany, Joseph Del Pryor, Haskell Maynard.
Sheriff reports children missing in this November 1st, 1965. Several families reported that their children did not return home after Halloween events last night. The families reported that the missing included Joe Simmons, Toddy Vickery, Ross Winkler, Geneva Hartman, Stilfen Foster, Dietrich Gill, and Zeke Abrams.
Is it just me, or do all these groups of kids have one kid named Joe or Joseph? Or am I misremembering that from all of the reports? It feels like they all have a Joe.
You are not misremembering that. And rather than torture us with further complicated screen shares, because you have the opportunity to consider these at length, there is always a Joe or Joseph among the students, and there's a periodicity to these newspaper clippings.
There's a what? Sorry.
They happen periodically.
Oh, yeah,
They all happen right
40s,
after
the 20s, the 40s.
Yeah.
And always after Halloween. Yeah.
It's every 19 years, and it's always after Halloween.
I don't like this. I feel like, you know what? I can pay Bill off, whatever. I feel like maybe it's a good idea to get out of here. I don't know how you guys feel.
I still think this is all tricks. You can Photoshop make all of these things. I want to see what's in the basement.
My mind is being called to the basement, man.
Are you okay? Look into my eyes.
This is a very far out experience. I don't know what to tell you.
I need to tell you that you all need to roll POW again.
8
Pass.
is
91.
A hard success, actually.
a failure.
If that matters.
92.
What can I spend points to May pass? I will.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'll have to spend 8
that right?
points of luck.
Yeah, close. So the two of you feel fine. Darius, I mean, you have, broken off part of a mushroom cap. So it's hard to say exactly which is what, but in addition to the stiff muscles you already felt, it's now your joints feel stiff and achy. It's very uncomfortable. Again, you've been sort of like in this cold, clammy building, but this is unfamiliar. Like if you have grandparents with arthritis, and they go about their hands, you feel like you have earlier onset arthritis. You also know that wherever you go, somebody's watching you through this laptop currently.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to smash that thing before we
I'm
get
gonna
out of here.
smash-
But
yeah.
I agree. Yeah, shut it down.
It's expensive. Why don't you just unplug it?
Oh, you want a souvenir?
No, but if you smash his laptop, then
Just
he's going to
shut it
make you
down.
pay
Shut
for
it
it.
down.
Just turn it.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Also, the cables that are coming into it. I mean, these cameras are not Bluetooth.
Right.
There's wires
Right.
running through holes in this. So
Just unplug it. They'll get mad at us and
Yeah.
start honking their
Well,
horn.
I mean, the boys didn't set this up. They're not drilling holes through the walls and stuff.
Well, if we're going by the mythology that they have created, Joey is doing this to us.
Oh, I need to get out of this attic. I'm
Yeah, it's
cramped
hot
up
up here.
underneath.
Yeah. Let's go.
it's not hot up there, but it's stuffy.
Stuffy.
So you start to, probably Brock, who stayed by the ladder, goes down and helps brace it for everybody else. While you're coming down, maybe two of you, Brock goes down, probably being chivalrous. Sutton is sent down. Darius is on his way down when you hear what sounds like a gunshot. It's not close. I mean, it's not far. It's not nearby. It's not close to you.
It's
Yeah.
outside.
In
But
the
did-
house close
did it
or
say outside?
outside?
It's a house with this many holes in it.
Hard to
And
tell.
it's so quiet. It's loud, but it's not like somebody's shooting at you. Is
Can
what I'm
we-
trying to get at.
Can we guess that it's coming from the cars?
It's not unlikely. I mean, it turns out how much you know at firearms.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something. Somebody is shooting at somebody,
Yeah.
and it's in this clearing. It doesn't sound like it's right underneath you.
I think I'm going to do a sanity roll. I passed.
Demi, it's people get stupid on holidays
Yeah.
and just shooting off guns and stuff. It's okay.
Yeah, but now I'm starting to think you had said something about a serial killer.
that is the
Legends.
work of a serial killer.
What if-
there. That's
what
I'm
if-
That
saying.
is
Joey-
weird.
What if Joey is a serial killer and he is trying to recreate something and he just
Yeah.
shot one of the other two of the 7 in the car?
Well,
Let's
let's
I'm
text
gonna
Bill.
text Tanya, or Bill, yeah.
Fuck.
Well, no, you text Tanya. I'll text Bill. I'll just
text
send
Tanya.
you dead with a question mark.
I think we need to break our
I'll try
way
to
out the
appeal to
back
Tanya
door.
for a minute and be like, ugh, stupid guys.
All
Are they
different
shooting off
directions.
guns over there or something? I don't know.
We gotta get the fuck out of here, man.
I'm with Darius though. I can pay Bill off. Fuck the $200.
I'm starting to this trip's starting to go bad, man. I need some orange slices.
What?
If we go out the back door and just go in all different directions.
We got to get in the car. We're not running all the way back to town.
I don't think I can make it, man. There's too many things out there.
Are there farmhouses or something out here? We could run from this.
You did not see a sign of a functional dwelling in the last 10 minutes that you were being driven here.
Yeah, there's no sneaking out. They're with our ride.
Farmhouse just over the hill, but you wouldn't know where to look for that farmhouse.
We could also just go downstairs and open the front door, not leave, but at least see if those jackasses are still out there and not shooting each other.
Yeah.
I assume you continue down from the attic.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm going to out defensively pull out my Swiss Army knife and put the main blade out in case I need to stick someone with it.
No way to lose a finger doing that. By the time Demetrios gets his feet firmly on the upper floor, you're definitely hearing like muffled voices. Unmistakably, Tanya is like, so you were no longer alone in the schoolhouse if you ever were.
Well, once we cut the power to the videos. Yeah.
Sutton, what are you
I
saying?
don't think this is a joke anymore.
I don't think it's a joke.
What if a serial killer snuck up on Bill and Tanya and Joey and just...
We gotta hide. We gotta hide, man. I can't make it.
I'm fine with that.
I can't make it out there.
There's not that many places to search. They'd find us. We need to get to a downstairs room.
Get to the cars.
And break out the boards on the window and get the hell out.
Someone call 911. What are we even talking about?
Yeah.
Brock, your dad's a cop. Call him.
No, he'll get all mad at me if he knows that I snuck out with. Let's do 911. I'm not calling him.
Fine.
Anyone attempting 911 needs to make a luck roll.
I don't want to get in trouble though. I gotta get rid of this bottle of scotch. My dad will kill me. Oh.
I'm gonna call 911.
All right.
So luck rolls for all those approaching help from authorities. Passed.
Yeah. The Greys are getting us.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, he's gonna sound awful on a 911 call.
911 dispatch. What's your emergency?
Hey man, I'm here at
Danford boarding school.
Danford school, man, and there's some seriously whacked out shit. I think there's some Greys up here. We need the FBI, the army.
Tell them somebody fired a gun.
Sir, what's your emergency?
Someone fired a gun.
I think that there's some guns out here, man. There's some Greys.
You have gunfire.
I can feel a strong negative aura. Sorry, what did you say?
The address, sir? Your address?
The Danford school, man.
You know, this is a public utility, not something to make fun of.
I know. That's why I'm calling. This is a discovery, man. You're gonna find some crazy shit up here.
Sir, are you intoxicated anyway?
I don't see what that has to do with this situation, though, is the thing. Like, you could be really intoxicated.
Loud. He's being really loud. They're going to hear us downstairs.
Oh, sorry.
Shut up, Darius. Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
That static is the last thing you hear from 911.
Look, it's Halloween, and Darius called something like that. They're going to think it's a joke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's go downstairs, kick out a window, and hop in the truck.
I agree.
I like Demi's idea.
Yeah. Go to the room that's the farthest away from the noise that we hear.
You all
Yeah.
get a text simultaneously as you're trundling down the stairs, I guess, toward the kitchen in the back. You all get a text from Joe. It says it's too late for you to leave. If you leave the building, you'll die.
Like this. I do not like this.
And as you're on the ground floor, it's easier to hear that Tanya and Bill are having a fight in the front hall. And she's like, "What the fuck did you get me into? What the fuck did you get me into? He's fucking crazy." And Bill's like, "I don't know. He seemed like a cool guy. He seemed like a cool guy. I don't understand." And Tanya says, "I don't feel right. I don't feel right. I can't even move my fingers right."
I think I'm just going to run down the stairs. And are you say they're in the front room?
They
So
sound like they're in the front of the house, yeah.
okay. So will they see me come down the stairs?
The stairs go into the kitchen, which there's a door to the hallway, but
All right.
it's not immediately. And there's a
So-
door to the backyard.
I'm just going to run into the kitchen and go to the nearest window and see if I can smash it out. Is there a door in here leading outside?
There is a back door. But
All right.
there are windows in the back because the kitchen was opposite the little entrance hall in the
Right.
front.
Come on, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's go.
And I'm gonna try and open the door or break the door open. I'm not very strong.
The door isn't locked. There are no stairs. I mean, the stairs under it have rotted away, so there's a little bit of a drop.
All right. As soon as it's open, I'm going to leap out onto the ground.
There's tall grass out here, and the trees start not very far away. And you need to make a power roll.
All of us.
Anybody who leaves the schoolhouse.
45 out of
Yep,
50.
yep.
Yeah, I'm jumping out with them.
31 out of 80. So hard.
Okay,
I'll spend 4 luck if you let me.
you may.
Nice.
Darius, are you joining the escape party?
I think I'm gonna be trailing, so I'm not gonna hop out unless they're like getting like way far away from the house. If they're like 10 feet out, I'm not gonna get out.
Well, my trajectory is I'm going towards the side of the house so that I can then run to the truck. But I'm keeping low and hiding in the tall grass and bushes. For all I know, Joe has a shotgun.
Indeed, Joe has a shotgun. That's how he forced the other two into the schoolhouse. So as soon as he sees movement in the reeds, the rushes behind the house, he'll fire it, not into the air and not directly at the rustling, but enough to say, I'm here with the vehicles, so fuck you. And in fact, he after the blast, you can hear him like it's resetting that barrel. And your muscles ache and your joints feel weird. It's and it's dark everywhere away from these headlights. I mean, it's dark. If there's a moon, it's behind cloud cover.
Well, yeah, so Debbie ran up around the bushes. I'll like kind of get to him and just be like, he's shooting at us, man. Come on, we gotta stay behind the building.
Yeah, I've exited as well, so I'm following behind with them. Actually, no, I've lingered and I'm trying to get Darius to come out.
I would have too, but once I hear the shot,
Let's go.
trying to get Demi back.
I'm going to try and I've moved, I've gone out the door and to the right towards the corner of the building. I'm going to try and turn and throw my voice. I'm not a ventriloquist, but just guard my voice so that I'm going to shoot it towards the other side of the house and just be like, Joe, why are you doing this to us?
Let's see. What's the most? I guess we'll go with stealth as a relevant skill.
Okay. I got 50. Let's see what my stealth is. My stealth is 20. I'm not going to spend 30.
No, that would be a lot. Although, you're starting to feel increasingly uncomfortable.
Okay.
Physically as well as circumstantially. And after you call out, there's a moment, and then you hear Joe Canning sort of laugh and say, "Just doing it because I have to, little dude. Just gotta charge the batteries. If you go back inside, it'll make it easier on old Miss Denford."
We need to get Joe. We got to take Joe out or something.
Give me
Bring
the
that mannequin. I don't
scotch.
know.
Give me the scotch.
Yeah. Here, take it.
I'm going to run back into the house. My intention is to run upstairs, grab the big old doll, shove it into the fireplace, and pour the whiskey all over it and light it on fire.
Yeah, I'm up to that. I was thinking the scorch marks in the bedroom, that might have been from a doll too.
Oh,
What about
yeah.
the doll in the attic though? Like both of them, maybe.
Yeah, let's get him.
Let's go.
He said her, so that's all I'm thinking about. But yeah,
I just don't think it'll hurt to burn both of them. Yeah.
Let's set it on fire and throw it out the window.
I swear to God, if those dolls are gone, this is gonna go south real fast.
There's a lot of weeds outside. If you throw something flaming out the door, it'll light the whole field on fire.
I don't care about that. He's shooting at us.
As you push past the uncertain Darius into the back into the kitchen to go to the to bolt upstairs, you hear Tanya screaming again, like screaming. In the hallway, not far away.
I'm gonna go get Tanya and Bill, and I don't know if they're tied up or what. I'm gonna go help them. You guys get the mannequins.
Yeah, I'll go with you too.
So 2 to the front hall and 2 upstairs. Is that the plan?
That's it. Yeah, no one should go alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have the lighter, so I have to go to burn it.
Yeah, there you go.
Do have the best handy fire source. So this, the hallway door is opposite the door to the backyard. So you guys are right there. So we'll start with you. Tanya is bent over screaming. Her hair's all come loose and she's shaking Bill like with surprising vigor. And Bill's just sort of flopping with it because Bill's wooden. Bill's become a mannequin. I'll require sanity rolls for witnessing that.
Oh yeah.
I failed.
96. Fail.
Me too.
It's 1d6.
5. Amazing.
2.
Right.
All right.
So I need to do was it intelligence?
You have to do an intelligence roll.
Fail that. That's a 33, so no, that is not a fail.
All right. What do you think your natural collapse regarding that is? We can get out the chart, but sometimes it's narratively better.
I'm gonna sit down on the ground and like pull at my limbs. Like he can't turn us into wood. Is he gonna turn us into wood? Is he gonna turn us into wood? Brock, I can't turn into wood. What's happening?
And
I don't know.
I'm walking past and just like Tanya, let him go. What are you doing?
Yeah, her face is really contorted and, red and tear and Bill, when you get closer, you can actually hear the clack of the wooden joints. He's dressed in his shirt, jacket. He's still got hair, but his face is painted on. And with that, we'll skip to our adventurers hiding upstairs. You guys puff up to the top of the stairs and turn toward Miss Denford's room, and she's walking out of it.
What the fuck?
Her hair looks a little better, and she doesn't seem to have any notice of you. She's just a mannequin with no strings, and she's moving toward you to go downstairs.
I'm going to chuck the whiskey right at her chest.
Yeah, she pays no mind. She doesn't even notice.
It shatters all over her.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it. When you say Chuck, I assumed you were going to sort of slosh it, not through the bottle.
No, I'm scared shitless, so I'm just flinging it right at her chest. But we're probably only 5 feet from her.
My guess, in terms of physics, is that a whiskey bottle is going to bounce off a human-sized piece of wood rather than shatter. It's going to splash whiskey everywhere, but I don't think it would break. You might have knocked her back a little bit, but it doesn't seem to have any. If there's any awareness behind that painted face.
Light her up, Darius, just like you light up the joint.
Bro, this is my ultimate psychic warfare. I'm gonna take my lighter and try to light her dress on fire. What's left of it?
The dress and her hair, where the whiskey splattered them, start to burn. It's kind of damp in here in general. And the problem with burning things with alcohol is that it doesn't actually burn that hot, but it starts to, the dress starts to meaningfully decay. Her hair goes right off. It doesn't seem to slow her down. You could, like, there's soot on her chin from the burning dress, but she's not charred. And she's going to try to get around you to the stairs.
I think it's the one upstairs that's like the fucking cameo, man. That's the one we got to destroy.
Let's go up there. Now, see, we're at the stairs. She's in the hallway coming towards us. She doesn't seem to be interested in us. If we press ourselves against the walls, will she go past us?
Yeah.
And then we'll go up in the attic. Is the attic still open?
I think that when you left,
we didn't close it.
I just. Oh no! I guess it's heavy enough to stay down by itself. Yeah, you wouldn't have closed it behind yourselves.
So yeah, we'll do that. Let her go past and try not to catch ourselves on fire, and then go up into the attic.
Very good. I guess we'll stay with you then. The scene is as before. The laptop's now closed. The lamp is next to it, on the little table that's sitting there, and it has the reproduced photograph of her face nailed to the front of it.
Let's just tear the fucking thing apart. You grab one arm, I'll grab the other, and we'll just rip the thing into pieces.
All right. Yeah, good idea.
Because now we don't have fire that will.
Well, I could take my jacket off and light that up.
Well, let's try to tear it apart. It's just a doll. So I'll grab one arm and he'll grab the other, and we'll just try
to. You could roll strength rolls. You're just going to hurt yourself.
I got an 11 out of 40. I could spend 3 points to make it an extreme. It won't matter.
The mannequin cannot be destroyed by conventional means. As far as your successful strength roll means that you managed not to hurt yourself trying to break something that only weighs, 10, 12 pounds tops. It gives every appearance of being made of wood. It is not wood.
Well, then let's take it with us and hold it hostage.
Can I try
the
in
corkscrew?
Exactly, the drill.
Corkscrew.
Could I try in my enlightened state with my third eye open to psychically battle this doll or try to interfere with it in some way?
Let's try another occult roll.
All right. Because my occult is pretty high, so I assume that would be my first response.
Plus the mushrooms.
I could try and scratch.
Oh,
this.
I would have to spend some for that.
Does it? Sorry, go ahead. Does it have symbols on it like she did?
It's a more primitive thing. It really doesn't have features. It has, simple like two-part hands and it's not dressed. It's not life-size. It's only, 20.
Does it have the 7-star thing on it somewhere?
It doesn't. Meanwhile, downstairs, Miss Denford's made it down to the stairs and turned down the hallway past Sutton Prescott, who's feels like her skin has grain on it, like wood grain. And Miss Denford just, walks, minding her own business, and sort of nudges Tanya aside and takes Bill and leads him into the classroom. And Brock is right there. He's been trying to sort of comfort Tanya / not lose his shit. There's an intact school chair in the classroom now. And in fact, there's kind of a circle where there are places for chairs to go. And Miss Denford leads the Bill doll to one of the chairs.
So Bill's walking?
Bill's walking with, now that Miss Denford is touching him, she's guiding Bill to one of the chairs.
Tanya, what's going on? What happened to Bill?
It's happened to me too. Can't you see? And she
What do you mean?
flaps her joint and she's gotten there's a sort of peg joint on her left wrist. It's just, can't you feel it? Can't you feel it? He's gonna take us all. Clack, click, clack, click.
Is that symbol burned into the place where she's leading, or she led Bill? That's the star, and then
the floor is still covered with, junk and dust and things, but there are spaces that might correspond to the shape of that symbol as you saw it. And in fact, there's a kind of a little bit of a whirlwind developing, little dust devil right in the center of the classroom where the unknown language was marked on her head, or back rather.
Well, Tanya, what did Joe say when he took you in here? Is he doing this?
Yes, he said he needed 6. He said there weren't enough. He said Bill fucked it up and there weren't enough, and so we had to go in. And I didn't know if he was even fucking with us, because this whole thing is so screwy, but it was his idea. It wasn't Bill's idea. This whole dare was his idea. And I feel like I'm changing.
is my bout of madness past? Would you like me to roll like a d10 for amount of rounds?
We aren't really operating in rounds.
Okay.
It's hard for you to tell. You're feeling calmer, You're feeling
Okay.
clearer. You're also feeling more like your body is changing.
More like wood.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So
Okay. Well, I
the
still have
question is,
some presence.
yeah. But you're like, now your thing is, you're not catatonic with terror, but you're trying to figure out, knowing that you were, whether this is really happening. Because the sensations are not like you've had before.
Brock, do you think we could disrupt? Look, you see that? Look at the little where the dust is swirling around right there. I wonder if the symbols are there under all the junk on the floor. Maybe we could disrupt it, like scratch it up or something. I don't know.
I
So
I think someone's probably doing this. If it's not Joe, then it's.
Do you look? But look at. Does it look like I'm changing to you? I feel like
Yes.
I'm changing.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a very pleasant, maybe walnut grain is evident on her hands and forearms. Her face,
We have to stop it.
the blush
we
on
don't
her
have much time.
cheeks looks a little more like paint than it did when she came in. Occult battlers in the attic. Idea rolls, please.
Yeah. Oh, I have an idea. Okay. Ooh, 13. My intention is to grab the doll and yell, Darius, follow me quickly. I have an idea.
Okay. I got a 10, so I also did well.
Good.
I think I have an idea as well.
Do either one voice your ideas before?
Yes. I am going to take the doll. I've got the knife in my hand, and I'm going to go to the front door and open it and go outside with the doll in front of me, between me and Joe, and say, I will destroy it. I will get rid of it. And if I get close enough to him, I'm going to jab him with my knife, maybe in the throat or the chest.
It's a good thing you're going past me on the way down.
I
think he's doing it. So.
Dangerous exchange student. Yes,
my idea was slightly different, which is that, again, all occult happenings either happen in the attic or the basement. We've checked the attic, and that was a bust, so I'm going to the basement.
I wouldn't call it a bust. There was some interesting things there, but yeah,
it didn't stop
it did not stop. How do you want to get to the basement?
Well, we're coming down the stairs. He just goes isn't the basement door in the kitchen also?
The stairs from the kitchen only went up.
Oh.
I guess I'm just going to look for it.
There is a door from the kitchen that nobody's opened. And also, because you had an excellent idea roll, I will point out that you've seen The Wizard of Oz. Sometimes they used to have doors to the basement outside.
Yeah. Like a storm cellar.
So those are two options for you. Brock, you said it was a good thing that Demi was going past you on his way to confront the man with the shotgun. Why was it a good thing?
Yeah. Well, so I mean, just are you guys actually splitting up and going after two different things now? Like, because yeah, for sure, I'm gonna stop Demi while you're going out the front door. And just like, what are you doing, man? He's gonna shoot you.
He won't shoot me because he'll hit the doll.
What? Why? Why do you think that?
It's I don't know. It's our last hope.
You're just gonna die.
I think we're going to all die anyway.
It's worth noting, Demi, and you are, of course, also feeling increasingly
woody,
Pinocchioid, that you and Darius, who are, have a mass many times the mass of this doll, just couldn't even pull those little wooden joints apart. So that Joe might not be afraid of shooting it with just shot at a distance.
Well,
and the amount of shot that's going to hit the doll versus the amount of shot that's going to hit you if he does fire.
You're a small guy, but the doll's smaller.
Are you guys going to have this conversation, or going to have this out for a moment in the hallway?
Well, that's it. I think I was quite determined
Yeah. So like he's in the room with us, I think, with Sutton and Tanya too.
But
Like
I
I
think
just
I'm
tried to
just
grab
gonna
him
go,
on the way through.
okay. No, it's our only hope. And I'll try to.
Brock, give me a luck roll.
Okay. Oh, I hit it right on. I passed.
Excellent. So you're not trying to grab Demi, but you are trying to sort of block
Yeah,
him a
stand his
little
way.
bit. And you in the process pull at his arm and tear the photograph off of the face of the little mannequin that he's carrying. And then you hear a little crash. And you poke your head around to the classroom, and the Miss Denford mannequin has collapsed on the floor. The little dust devil is whirling up a little bit.
Well, guys, that did something. Taking the picture off made her fall.
I don't know what's going on in the other room. You'd have to have told me. You probably haven't gotten time to
Yeah,
tell
well,
me.
the door's open. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a hall with double sliding doors, so and the crash probably got your attention, but there is, you didn't know that. And yeah, the Bill mannequin is still sitting in the Bill seat,
I am not
like
strong.
he's waiting for class.
I'm not strong. So physically, if Brock grabbed a hold of me, I would not be able to get away from him.
Yeah, I think that you're just going to die if you run out that door. I'm going to try to stop you.
What if we, I don't know, put the doll in the whirlwind? What do you want to do? I don't have any ideas left.
It's either Joe's controlling it or he's working for someone else. Like if this is really a serial killer, if the rumors about someone in the basement's true, then Joe's just a puppet like we're all gonna be.
Mabel, the doll has fallen down. Is she moving at all?
Nope.
Can we try and destroy her again? Maybe now she's just a doll.
Well, where'd Darius run off to? We need to stick together. He doesn't even have a light.
I don't know. He said something about the monsters are always either in the attic or the basement or something like that. So he went to the basement.
No, we got to go get him.
Darius, how are you trying to get to the cellar?
I think I'm going with, because I thought that Demi was going to try to run interference for me intentionally or unintentionally. So I think I would try the outside before the inside.
Well, you didn't see, so Demi was going to run out through the front toward the truck with the doll, not out the back door of the kitchen where people tricked out earlier and also got shot at, because again, they have two sets of light. So are you trying to go at the front or the back? Are you trying to follow Demi at the front or go out the back door?
Well,
wasn't he going to try the other door in the kitchen?
And there's the third door from the kitchen too that hasn't been opened.
I already saw the front had no door outside. So I'm assuming, and I just like from how houses are usually structured, I'm assuming it's in the back. So I'm going to go out the back.
Okay.
And
you poke around in the tall weeds, and there is a storm cellar door. It's got just like an old rusted rod through the handles to keep it closed. So you pull that out, and again, it's pretty dim. But you stick your head down, and it's flooded. The cellar is flooded. Like there's a couple steps visible before the water level, and you stick your head down to see what's going on, and there are a lot of heads looking back at you.
Okay, I'm gonna roll like horrible sanity because I'm super whacked out and I'm seeing actually a horrible thing. And I got a 90, so I think I'm just gonna freak out.
Yeah, let's do a 1d6 again. All right.
Yeah, I got a 6.
Okay. um, the good news is that, like, as dark as it is and as scary as they are, and they're moving slightly, as you physically collapse on the ground in gibbering terror, you realize that they're more mannequins. The heads are groups of a couple of dozen at least other painted faces on wood bobbing in the dank water of the cellar. And you'll be thinking about that when you wake up from your sudden and complete fate. Meanwhile, in the front hall where the conflict is occurring, fucking Joe Canning shows up with his shotgun, and he looks profoundly freaked out. He's blotchy and his teeth are set, and he's like clutching the shotgun, but sort of wildly. And he's like, "The fuck you fuckers do? We only have a couple of fucking hours. Get in your fucking chairs."
You're on mute.
And he,
I
Yeah.
got your fucking doll.
"You fucking put her fucking face on it. She can't, she's useless."
You put a fucking face on him. I'm walking towards him with my knife ready to jab him.
What are your personal skills? I can't imagine you're very intimidating.
Yeah, but I'm a scrappy little Greek boy.
Yeah,
Intimidation 15.
right. Well, you might as well roll. Sometimes things happen.
20. Ooh, I could spend 5. Maybe just to startle him for a moment. I'll spend 5 as I move towards him with the doll like this.
Yeah, he actually, you're a scrappy little Greek guy. He doesn't know you've got a blade. He's pissed that you're holding his mannequin, but he actually backs away. He takes a few steps away from the schoolhouse, and he's like, "Just give up and get in your fucking chair, man. It's too late for you anyway. You're wood,
What
dude."
happens when we get in the chair? Why'd you bring us here?
You saw it all. I saw you fucking sneaking around the house, reading shit and everything. You didn't see that every 19 years, I put 6 kids in the chair.
You've been doing this the whole time? You're 100 years old?
I'll be 138, dude. And fresh-faced and fancy-free. You entered the building willingly. You've got the curse. You're turning to wood. So just, roll with it. Chill out. I'll put you in the cellar when it's all done. They're all down there.
But I don't want to be in the cellar.
It's too fucking late, man.
In desperation, at this point, I think in desperation, I'm going to run at him with the doll, still holding it out. If I can get close enough to him, I'm going to stab him.
All right. Dex, we'll do opposed Dex.
Okay. 93.
Don't think he's going to do worse than that.
But if he shoots me and I die, then I won't be able to be one of his mannequins.
If he shoots you, will you die? Or will
Bold
you just
strategy.
be a pocky mannequin? Yeah, so he rolled a 3, just to make it funnier. So you run out with the mannequin, and he, after all, is sprightly with unholy magic. And so he pivots you, and you sail sort of past him with your knife out, and he yanks the doll out of your hand and says, "You just stay down, man. It goes faster when you're outside anyway." And you start to feel your limbs seizing. You turning on the ground with your knife. And the next hours are tense and terrifying. But there's an impasse, you see. In fact, it isn't very long before Demi is a full mannequin. And it happens, Darius wakes up, but finds that he can speak, but barely control his body. Brock slumps in the hallway. Tanya's long gone. But as you're increasingly frozen, you can call out to each other from your painted mouths, and it's terrifying. But Joe just gets more and more frustrated. He tries to slide the shotgun into the hallway to slide the torn picture of the teacher out, but he can't reach it. And you're slumped in various wooden positions as the sun breaks over the ridge of the hill beyond. And Joe Canning, who was originally known as Joseph Watts, ages 138 years in the course of a couple of minutes. His flesh sags and then pocks and then slides off, and he makes a ghastly final shuddering sound as he collapses onto the ground. And the mannequin of Miss Denford collapses into a pile of sawdust. And Bill and Tanya and our four friends recover from their paralysis over the course of the next 40 minutes or so. The ritual was not completed. Your essence was not taken out of your form because he did not have control of that mannequin, which has been operating him, sort of as Darius said, for all this time, to steal the souls of all of the 36 children whose mannequins are now sloughing off into the stagnant water of the cellar beneath. And that is how you resolved your double dare.
Excellent.
Very good.
3.
So what part of it caused it not to work?
The little mannequin has to have a figure to manipulate. And it has been the ritual since he first did it when he was a kid, that it's the teacher, Miss Denford. He has her face on it, and therefore he can make her do what he wants using the little mannequin. The mannequin needs to get you in the chairs, and he can't go in the house before the sun comes up. He has to have you all in there, and then he goes in at dawn and sits in the middle, and the circuit is completed, and he sucks the life energy out of the 6 people around him through this sort of channel that's suggested by that marking.
So the fact that Bill and Tanya didn't enter willingly, did that have anything to do with his spell not working right? Or
that is an excellent retcon. One of the things I'd failed to appreciate when we set this up was that it's all written to always be 6. And there's actually isn't anything that is written that says you have to have 6 players, because the symbol doesn't work if it's not the right number of people. So I didn't realize until you guys were working at the magic that I needed to get those 2 inside to have it, to be able to figure it out, sort of. And then I didn't think about the fact that they were threatened to go inside, and therefore that part of it doesn't work. We could adjust.
Take out the part where it needs willing participants.
Yeah.
I still think it was good because maybe that is the reason
Oh yeah,
why
no,
it
it
all
was really
fell apart.
interesting. It's still a really good story.
Wasted all that whiskey.
Well, actually, probably half a bottle's upstairs because it bounced off her, and
It just bounced off. So what is it? Why did Tanya and Bill? Why did it affect them more? Is it like, I guess from a metagame perspective, is it power rolls that keep us kind of okay?
Yeah, you guys. I felt like you couldn't just be mannequin. I mean, if you leave the building, you mannequinize quickly. That's text is written. But I felt like you had to have some control as PCs over that process inside the house. And I didn't feel like Tanya or Bill needed that. And I imagine being a bully and his gal, they don't have very high POW scores.
Totally fair. I liked it though. I liked this. This was like the mannequin caught me way off guard. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, I think it's definitely, and we can talk about it more after the recording, but it's got a lot of interesting stuff. It's funny that, I mean, the cellar is super creepy, and there are two ways down because the other room on the ground floor is the dining room, and there's a sinkhole in the floor there leads to the cellar. Like that's where the bad drip is. But you have to it's hard to get through that with the floor is bad, and the mannequins are kind of on the other corner next to the stairwell where he takes them down after each ceremony and stashes them.
Let's go ahead and finish up. Our players included Holly Buto, Max Meltzer, Kaylin McDowell, and myself, with David Gassaway as the keeper of arcane lore. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 a month helps us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.